You know what you'll find, Geez? Like the first time you have a Christmas off and you have your Christmas day with your kids, it gets to about sort of 10 o'clock and you're like, well, what happens now? And everyone just carries on eating and drinking, but because you're used to just getting out of the house and going training and then coming back and all the dinner's ready and the kids are
And you
happy.
look at the kids crying and moaning and you're thinking, I wish I could
have a game of football now.
I think it's going to be a one and only year at home doing Christmas.
So when do you get into the festive spirit then as footballers? Like, obviously we all know about footballers having Christmas parties. That obviously doesn't happen around now. So what did you used to do? Go out sort of like in late November, early December before it all kicked off, or what? Or go out on Christmas Eve?
No, you just try to get your Christmas party early. I mean, it's a tradition. It's a bit of a stupid tradition, really. I used to enjoy it, I'll have to say, but it was. I mean, you always seem to get in trouble, don't you? And I think the nearer you have it to Christmas, it's like people are waiting for the big teams to have their Christmas party, and it always ends in tears. So the earlier you can have it, the better. Probably.
I've been known the Christmas party gets talked about in pre-season training at some clubs. It gets so excited because you get planning and. As results come, if you're having a few bad results, you're like, we're going to have to knock the party on the head here because of the bad results. Because as the media got more involved, it was something that was frowned upon. I played at a few clubs where it was cancelled because we was having such bad results. And you think you don't want to be that team that's in the press looking like you're having fun and like the rest of the country, but. If you're losing games, it doesn't look right, does it? If you're going out in a fancy dress,
you can still go on the quiet, right? That's.
It's been done, but I know I've been to a few that's just been completely cancelled because of the results weren't going quite right.
Does that improve results, though? I'm not sure. That's always the answer.
Does it improve results? Does it have an effect on it either way? It's a Christmas party at the end of the day. If you're a good team, you're a good team.
It doesn't look good. I remember Harry quite famously came out and said we weren't having a Christmas party at Tottenham one year, and we'd already had it. We'd already been to Dublin, and I was thinking, these pictures are coming out 100%. And
did they?
And of course they did. Yeah.
How was Dublin?
It was fantastic. Robbie Keane showed us a great time, but Harry wasn't too pleased when he found out. But like you said, I got Harry's thinking. I mean, he used to say to us that you've got 8-9 months for a season to achieve all what you can possibly achieve. What's the point of this, which brings unnecessary spotlight on you, which I get to some degree. Obviously the players all wanted to do it, but he said, do what you like in the summer, I don't care. But at this point, we're focused on getting the job done in the season. If you can think about, Liverpool, for instance, it's the first time they could possibly win a championship, a Premier League in 30 odd years. If you go out and bring negative press and spotlight on them, you just don't need it at this time.
Do you remember a few years ago when Leicester won the league? And I don't know if it was a Christmas party, but they was going to come into. Everyone thought they'd have a wobble. They lost the game, and Ranieri given 4 days off, and then you had pictures of all the lads going away and somewhere and having a fancy dress, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's a bad decision." But again, it seemed to sort of that group was so tight anyway. It sort of just made them even more closer together. So. It's a funny one, really.
How did it work logistically? Was it the captain's job to do it, or did you sort of have a designated party organiser and they'd look? Because it's done away from the management, really, isn't it? The Christmas party for the players, no?
Well, it used to be, but like you say, when the spotlight became so heavily, the management wanted to get involved and make sure it was all.
Come along for a drink, probably.
Well, yeah, usually. I mean, they just make sure it was all contained and it was all done properly, because players left to their own devices can sometimes get themselves in a lot of trouble.
And what about actual sort of Christmas things? In my family, we like to do a Secret Santa around the Christmas table. Do you do that sort of stuff and get gifts to each other, or?
We had Secret Santa at Liverpool one year. That was interesting.
Who did you get?
Yeah. I got Rafa, believe it or not, and that was a tough one.
Happen, didn't it?
What do I get the manager of all the people to get Rafa in the Secret Santa?
Do you know what I got him? I got him Jose Mourinho's book. It was a guide to winning the league.
He obviously didn't read it, did he?
Oh, no.
How did it go down? Were you there when he opened it?
Yeah, I was there when he opened it. And obviously it was a bit of fun because Chelsea were winning everything at the time, and we were just a little bit behind them.
Did he notice you?
I did tell him in the end, but he actually said, I'll read this, and took it quite seriously. Fair enough. I'd enjoy it.
And what about presents you got? Does anything stand out as funny presents that you got over the years from people?
God, there was some belters.
I love you. There's always an answer to a random question.
There was some belters. There was some good ones. I don't know.
He's just considering the time of day the show's going out. That's what he's doing.
Can I say that one? No.
Let's change the subject.
No. That one? No. Have you got anything for us? Come on, give us one.
I remember Xabi Alonso got one particular player an actual bird, a canary, because no one had ever seen him with one. A bird.
Brilliant. We went there in the end, didn't we?
We did.
He actually got him a canary.
A canary, yeah, to take it back
in
to
a cage.
the
Do you want to name the player?
I'm not naming him. No, I'm not naming him. But yeah, he did take it back to the pet shop on the way home from training.
I bet.